Bad time to get that song stuck in my head, but welcome in. We're checking out Harry Potter Magic Awakened. This is the first time we're playing it on stream, but I have been playing it quite a bit off stream. Gameplay is very similar to South Park Phone Destroyer. In this video, we're going to look into the game, what it does right, what it maybe could do a little bit differently, but mostly the idea of this video is if you are a player of South Park Phone Destroyer, should you start playing Harry Potter Magic Awakened? Will you enjoy it? Is it something that's similar enough where you can kind of maybe pass the torch onto that if you'd like to? I personally am going to stick with South Park Phone Destroyer till it dies or I die. Preferably it dies before me, I suppose. But we're going to check out Harry Potter here. The first thing I'm going to do is just give you a primer of the game itself and what you're kind of going to be expecting from it. Now, I am playing this on the BlueStacks emulator, so the quality isn't quite as good as you might see on your higher-end phones. But we do have the walking on the WASD, which is nice, and you can drag around the camera, so it works out pretty well. So this is our dormitory. I haven't delved too much into this, but you can add people who are also in Slytherin into your dormitory. You can then easily add people from your dormitory to other activities, and in some cases you get a bonus if you're playing with people in your dormitory. Maybe that's a bonus in coins or whatever that might be. So you also have a space, which is kind of like your room of requirement, and you can decorate it a little bit, throw stuff around. This is stuff that you can collect, so there's collectibles in that aspect of what you can see here, and you can put different stuff up, and so you can see my owl over here, so it's kind of a collectible, right? There is an achievement system, as you're showing here, so this is very similar to Hogwarts Legacy, actually, where they kind of have this setup where there's overall kind of mastery here is what they call it. So it's achievements. You get collections, different stuff. This one is a Slytherin Pride hat, so you can actually look at it. This is a good thing. You can look at it and see what it looks like on your guys' model, so you don't have to guess what something's going to look at when you buy it. That's nice. We have all sorts of different stuff that we can do here for achievements, so that's nice. Also, it includes different things, not just battling, not just playing the game itself, but simple stuff, you know, clearing tasks, doing stuff like that. And then there's the dueling itself, which is more of the core gameplay, I would say, because eventually you're going to run out of the PvE content or hit a point where you can't keep going. Similar to South Park, there is PvE content, and reminder, we're talking about South Park Phone Destroyer, the mobile game. There is PvE content, that's player versus enemy. Oh, I didn't go this one. And that is, right now it's the Forbidden Forest. Based on what they're saying, I think this is going to change. The Forbidden Forest is going to change. What's that? I don't know what that was. The Forbidden Forest is going to change to something else on a different season kind of thing. But there's different stages of that. We'll check that out a little bit. Then there's also a team Forbidden Forest where you can go with other people and play with them, or you can play with 2 AI people. So you can play this alone, but still be able to group up with other people. So that's nice. They have a full camera system, so if you want to take pictures, you can do that. Along with that, you can then use those pictures in the game and put them on posts on different boards, like your Slytherin class, or you can have like a group of people. I think it's called a class or something. I'm not sure. I'm in one right now for Death Eater. We'll look at it. A letter from Hagrid. Okay. Club, that's what they call it. Social club. So I'm in a social club. And so with social clubs, that's kind of like your team, and you can trade cards. Now, this is a really interesting concept. And the way they did it, I think, is actually interesting. You can actually trade for legendary cards, but they have to give you a legendary card in return, and you also have to have a legendary token. So you earn the tokens from different things, and then you can use them to trade. So for instance, if I wanted, let's look through here, is there anything that I need? Let's say I want another Incendio. So we want the Incendio, because then it gets us to level 9, and that's something that I use quite a bit. So then you can say what you'll trade it for. So I don't really use this one all that much, or Hagrid all that much. So if somebody wants to trade one of those for that, they can use a token and trade me that card, right? and it'll basically always be there. I don't think it ever disappears. Oh no, okay, it sits there, but it's there for 7 days. So it's there for a whole week, right? So we can look down the list and we can say, okay, he gets a charm. Is there anything in there I want? Not really. Not really. Glacier, I don't have an extra glacier. I don't really care about that one. Well, this one we could do. No, I can't do that one. We don't really have a whole lot of excess epic cards right now, and that's most people are asking for right now. But you can add more trades later on. Sorry. What I meant was you can keep adding as many as you have like tokens for, but eventually you'll run out of tokens. So we could do another one here for like maybe a common card. So let's say, is there anything that we're right on the brink? Anything that we use that's right on the brink? This one is. This guy had the same thing, right? So I'll give away, if you want this one, if you want this one, if you want this one. We got to give away cards that people might want, right? Some things that might be used in different decks. I don't use these cards in my decks, so we do it. So we can do that. And I'm forced to use it. So now I think I'm on cooldown where I can only have 2. So so we have 2 up right now. So I think, yeah, Evangelil only has 2. So if we try it again, it'll probably tell us to stop. Let's give it a shot. What's another one we might want? Let's get... Is there a rare one? What's rare? Where's this guy? There we go. I like this guy. Okay, so let's give up a snowball, that one. I know people use all these. All right, exchange. It might yell at us. Oh no, we can still do more. Maybe those aren't actually adding. Hold on, let's check. He's lying to me. Nope, they're all going there. All right, so maybe there isn't a limit. So it's just limited by how many you have, so that's cool. But obviously your teammates have to have them. We'll get to the actual gameplay here in a second. Club Adventure is something similar to like a raid. I already tried it this week, but they have a cool mechanic where your abilities, you can get charged up. So as you complete it, you get these coins, and then you can use the coins to upgrade stuff. So this is 22% chance to cast a card 2 times. Let's get that even higher. So you see this bar goes up a little bit, and as it gets higher, it'll increase. So it actually takes quite a bit to increase it, but let's use it because other people have increased it more too, right? Then you find one that uses a different token that I have. I think it's just these 3 lines or the 3, right? So let's just do the ones that are the closest to being upgraded, because those are going to be the potentially most impactful. And you can see what everybody has done, so you can keep track, if you're trying to pay attention, and then you can add people. Like I said, you can add people from your friends list, from your club, stuff like that. I will post my tags and stuff like that, so if you want to add me. But I think once I jump in, it'll spawn me with 2 people. There's also voice, so you can just talk to people. So that's pretty awesome. I haven't heard other people talking, but you have the speakers on and off, so you could hear them whether or not you can hear them, and the sound and stuff. You have emotes. And then you have all sorts of text where you can change where you're talking to. So there's social, in your house, world, club, in your dorm, all sorts of stuff. Scene would be everybody who's right here. So yeah, so the club adventure is just like a overall raid thing. You do damage to them for 2 minutes. Do as much as you can. You can try it 2 times a day, and then you get rewards as you progress. So it works pretty well. Social club has passed the trial. See, there you go. So we finished that. They have quests, they have daily tasks, and they also have a story task system that's on. There's like years of your schooling, right? Year 1 I already completed. Year 2 I'm working on right now. We'll probably play a little bit of that, just to kind of give you guys a feel for that. It's basically just little PvE missions and stuff. The knapsack shows all the different stuff you can have. New look, you can change your looks on the fly. Fireworks, they just have cool things you can learn and get them, and you can just use them anywhere. Or I think you might have to be outside, obviously. The knapsack also has different potions and stuff like that. You can make potions and use potions at different areas within PvE and PvE, or PvE and PvP, so it's kind of interesting. And you basically just gives you another thing to get like materials, basically. Like I said, you can do the camera, then there's info. Unfortunately, the info doesn't have match stats right now, because you guys could see that I've only lost like 5 matches or something like that. But that's probably being worked on. Then you have, so I'm in the Death Eaters, so I'm in like my group place right now, so we can see everybody how they're doing. All right, so now we'll look at the decks and the deck that I'm using, and then we'll get into a match, and then we'll just play some matches. So you can see I already have 1, 2, 3, 4 legendary cards, 1 mythic cards, and I do have Crucio, which is a dark card, which is another form of rarity. Probably between mythic and legend, I think, from what I can tell. But so the way that the game works is there's 3 layers, I guess, to deck creation. There's your Echo, which in this case is Bellatrix Lestrange. There's your spell cards, your magic cards, which are either spells or summons. We'll talk about that's no different than South Park. And then we also have companions. Now companions don't use energy, but they have kind of a cooldown on them. And then you can only use them once, right? So they're very specialized. You can only use them once. You want to get a lot of value out of them. I'm gonna go through my current deck and then talk through the logic behind it, and then we're gonna actually play it and go through that. But I just want to show you a couple things. You can have a wand skin, so your wand can change based on your deck, which I think is a nice little touch. So the companions, like I was showing, is a separate thing, but they're still the same rarity, and it still uses. You don't need anything different to upgrade them, and they don't seem to drop any different than normal cards. So also another cool thing it has is recommended decks. You can actually, if you're a complete noob, you can come here and you can look at different decks. This is actually a top player's deck, so you can trust that they're going to be pretty good. Top player recommended by all of these. Then you can just use them. You can copy them. You can filter it by Echo. So if you wanted to only see ones that had Bellatrix Lestrange, then you could do that. So that's really interesting, and you can kind of get a feel for what other people are doing, which I think is really cool, because you can look like, I have most of these in my deck. Maybe I'll switch them out, stuff like that. You can also, obviously I'm missing 10 cards, so I don't have 10 cards left, but you can see your average cost there. This is your overall deck level, kind of like your character level in South Park. You can narrow things down, all summons or spells. You can sort them by rarity, level, cost. So this is pretty good for looking around through stuff. It's a little bit better. The deck creation is a little interesting. You can buy up to 15 slots with coins. It's the same thing you use to upgrade stuff, so it's kind of an interesting. I bought one of them for 1,000. 4 slots seems pretty good to me. I'll probably keep them at that. But one thing that you can do with these is you can actually set them as decks for specific things. So if I have a deck for duo duels, I can set that. If I have a deck for solo duels, I can set that. Challenge mode, for instance, Forbidden Forest, whatever. And what actually happens is if I'm using my solo duel deck and I go into duo duel, it will actually automatically switch me. Or if I go into Forbidden Forest, it'll automatically switch me to this Forbidden Forest deck. So that's a really nice touch. We've always wanted that in South Park, where you could switch to challenge mode deck on the fly, but this button lets you try out the deck, I believe. You can rename the deck, you can clear the deck, you can upload the deck to your different social channels, and you can share it outside of stuff. So if you want to share it to your Discord or whatever as a content creator, they give you a lot of power here, so it's pretty cool. Now let's talk about how the actual decks are created, like I was saying. So there's 3 layers: Echo, spells, magic, and companions. So the Echo is kind of your... you could consider that like your new kid. That's like your champion. That's your leader, whatever you want to call it. Whatever game you're thinking of, they have similar things. So each character, right now, this is all the Echoes that there are, and then you just get different rarities of them. Each character has a specific ability, and then they have a card boost list, basically. So the cards on this list are boosted in your deck. It's kind of like a card event. It's boosted in your deck by 1 or 2 levels based on if you have this in the deck. But also they have extra stuff. So Snape, for instance, just your general basic attack does more damage, and you'll cast a spell that bounces. And the cool thing about this is they actually have, look at this. They have examples up here of exactly what happens. So your attack just increases in general, but then also you attack with Septum Semprum, which will bounce to other people, right? So that's Septum Semprum. So that'll happen every time. And that includes happening to like other people you can summon, right? So it even shows you, something you can pair with it, which is awesome. Gives you perfect information, and check this out. You can go to guide. Oh, let me definitely mute that. You can go to guide, and it'll tell you other cards that this card really pairs with. So you don't have to go to YouTube and find it out. So this is a really, really accessible game to people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, because it's going to walk you through a lot of different things. So it's kind of interesting. I won't bother walking through each person's thing and how they work. Well, actually, I probably can. It's really simple. So Harry basically just boosts lower cost spells, makes them stronger. Dobby makes it so you teleport around instead of walking around. You'll see what I mean. Rubius, Hagrid gives bonus to like the highest card in your deck and makes them like heal. Kind of heal like Slave, sort of. Where he, at like half health, he'll get up. These guys... Actually, I don't remember what these guys do. Oh yeah, they just reduce your companion card cooldown in general. And if you get all your companion cards, if you use them all, then you'll get a random companion card from your deck. So you can, in this one, you can use companions more and more. Newt gets to, you can heal... so every time you summon 4 summons, you get a 1-cost card that can randomly summon something. So you'll see it happening up here. It's kind of an interesting concept. I haven't messed with that one too much. This one was the Septum Semprum, just makes your basic attacks better. Hermione, for every 3 spells you use, the MP of your highest gets cut in half. So you could take like a 7-cost spell down to 3 or 4, or whichever it goes to. That's pretty good. Newt lets you attack. If there's nobody in the range to attack, you'll attack your own units and heal them. So there's like spawn units that have to heal up, and you can attack them and make them spawn quicker. So that's pretty cool. And then Bellatrix, which is who I'm using. I'll explain this. Basically, as you attack, you'll get stacks here. And if I don't do any damage for a certain amount of time, I'll start losing those stacks slowly. But if those stacks get all the way to the top, then I'll summon a... What's that sound? Then I'll summon a Death Eater, and the Death Eater will just come in and fuck shit up, basically. And as each time the Fallen Bar fills up, I get more Death Eaters. So if it's the second time, I'll get 2 Death Eaters. Oh, it's doing that spawn for some reason. If it's the third time, I'll get 3 Death Eaters, stuff like that. So my goal with this deck is to... Well, not this deck. This deck. I don't know why it's named this. Ivy. Oh, it's because let's call it, can I swear, you think? I bet it doesn't let me. I bet it'll say like, this is inappropriate. Oh, it doesn't let me. Oh, because I'm not actually, oh shit. I'll have to do that on my phone. It won't let me do it on BlueStacks. Okay, so this is the deck. So Bellatrix, like I was saying, as we do damage, she gets the stacks, right? So our goal is to kind of keep sustained damage. We'll walk through the deck. The first one is the Centaur. The Centaur, and you can watch it here while I'm explaining it. It's not actually muting those, that's weird. So the Centaur is just a range unit that does piercing damage through other units. So that's, just sit him there, he'll sit there and attack in range. It's very useful. Acromantium Venom, this will spawn and do damage over time. It also slows people down. So each tick will spawn Bellatrix points, so that makes sense. Also just good for Swarm. Then we have Protego Diabolica. This is the one that, what's his ass destroyed. And you can see it gives you all the information about it, gives you damage, gives you everything, gives you what it targets. So everything is here, so you don't have to guess or use an external website for it like we do on South Park. So that's beneficial. So after completing the charge, a Fire Dragon will spawn. Okay, so if you're in the circle, it charges. It does damage in the circle, but if you're in the circle, it charges, and then if it gets fully charged, it does damage. And you can do that 3 times. And on the 3rd time, there's 3 dragons, stuff like that. You can watch it happen here. One other awesome thing that you can do is, hold on, you can see it here. Yeah, you can just get like a look at the card, because the cards itself, the arts are pretty cool, right? And you can get card skins too. So you can change the skin of what the card and the spell looks like. So that'll be really cool, because you could, not only can I change like my new kid skin, I can change my spells. So maybe one day I'll be able to have a red flame instead of a blue flame. So that's a really cool thing in my opinion. Oh shit, I think I just clicked practice. Yep. Okay, so this is practice mode. So it's really cool. You can place opponents with different health. You can, yeah, I want unlimited movement cards, unlimited MP, and you can just place a bunch of units, right? And you can just fight them and practice and stuff like that. So there's some cool stuff you can do, and you can practice your different modes and your different cards and stuff like that. So you don't have to jump into a game and lose your rank because you're practicing a different combo or something like that, right? So that's really cool. So that is one of my best cards. It's level 11. It's my highest level legend. It's a very fun card. Now this card is called Bludger. You use it, and I guess there's not a video this one, but when you use it, you'll hit it and it'll go, and then it'll come back to you like a boomerang, but it won't come back in the same exact spot, so you have to move to the spot. So it's basically like catching it, like Draven's Axe in League of Legends. If you catch it, it'll do it again, and you can do that up to 5 times. So if you catch it all, it ends up doing quite a bit of damage. And it does, piercing damage all the way through and back. So it's quite good. Now, the thing about that, though, is in this game you have movement cards, so you can only move a certain amount of times before your cards, like, they refresh over time, but the idea is you only have, like, X amount of movement. So you want to try to not move and force your opponent to move and stuff like that. But in order to be able to move around with that, we have this card in our deck, which when we activate it, it will cover us, and anytime we move for the 5-second duration of this right here, I think it's a little longer than that. But as we start to gain these things, we can move around without using cards. So we use those two in tandem, and we can not worry about our cards. So that's good. Then we have Protecto Pir Totem Locomotor. The summon stones, you summon them, and they're just like little tanks. They're really cool. You can see notes. It gives you a deck that it's good in. Like it's really honestly just really well set up. What is this? Oh, and then you have proficiency. So as you use it, you actually unlock different parts of it, and then you can get different things. So in this case, I got a sticker. Wait, here. In this case, I got a sticker. I'm not really sure what I can do with the stickers. Oh shit, look at that. I don't know what that does. I can add the stickers to the people? I don't know. I'll have to mess with that. But yeah, you get... And eventually you'll get an emoji. So you can use a cool emoji. So it's just kind of an extra thing to have like completion and proficiency. Maybe that'll impact more later on. But it kind of just shows how much you use a card. Another thing that's cool is every time you use the card, it says it, right? So what you can actually do is you can add your own voice recordings of you saying Per Totem Locomotor. And every time you use Per Totem Locomotor, it will say that word. Now, I assume that it does have some sort of intelligence where I can't just say dick balls titty fuck, and then every time I use this, it'll be me saying dick balls titty fuck. I mean, that would be the best thing in the world, but they can't possibly allow that, right? So you'll probably have to exactly say pure totem, and otherwise it'll say your words aren't matching. It's probably not hard to do that. But what an interesting thing, right? You can hear yourself yell out the spells. That's really cool, and I might end up doing that for all of them anyway. But anyway, so that's most of our deck. Then we have this one, Atmospheric Charm. This, you cast it on the... Oh, I accidentally lowered it. That's why we couldn't see it. You cast it on the opponent, and it just lights them up for a long time, for 3.75, so 4 seconds, which is quite a long time. Can also help deal with backline targets, so it's just good. But also, every single tick helps your Bellatrix stack. So that's the most important part. And then this guy, you just send him. He's just like a summon. You send him at the opponent, and he's pissed off, and he'll just attack him. You send him through it, and he'll just start attacking him. It's pretty good. Keeps the enemy sorcerer busy, and kind of just a good thing to use. So now we switch to companions. First companion I have is a Hermione. When Hermione is active, she does attack and use just a normal basic attack. But also what she does is every 10 seconds she will do the spell that you just did again. So that right there, she did a 7-cost spell again. So if I use this, you see how she starts using the same spell. You can only use that like every 10 seconds, and then you can't cast a couple specific ones. But overall, one of the best cards in the game from what I can tell right now. Very powerful with certain cards. I get 2 of those fire things, and it gets pretty crazy. Actually, this is supposed to be Lucius. Then we have Ron Weasley, which is my first mythic, which is actually level 11 because I get 1 boosted from my current Echo. And Ron Weasley, he summons. His is kind of complicated. He summons. He turns every enemy around him, except like other Rons and the enemy sorcerer, into like chess pieces. You'll see it here. Then he runs forward, does damage to him. If he kills a bunch of people, he spawns a chess piece. You see those 2 knight chess pieces, and then he goes into just attack mode and starts attacking people. That is a very good card. Almost everybody has it right now, but it's very good. And then we have the Malfoy gang, which spawns Draco and his 2 friends, Crabbe and Goyle. And then they're just really good attack and DPS, but if one of them dies, they all run away. So you'll see he dies, so they all run away. So they don't have total the same HP, but if you keep them alive, their damage can be pretty good. There's also some other companions, obviously. We're just going through what's in our deck so that when we play it, you guys aren't completely in the dark. Now, as far as gameplay, like I said, there's the Forbidden Forest, which is PvE. We will go into that. There is also... You can run around the map and go everywhere you're going, just like by going through the doors and shit. But you can click the map and you'll be able to go to every important part. You can go to the shops. You can go to the important stuff. The important stuff is the black stuff up here. You have classes, which are kind of interesting. Each class has its own little thing. Divination is basically like Pictionary. Like there's just cool little things. There's like one that's like a trivia game, Harry Potter trivia. And you get rewards for that, and it's kind of cool little mini games. So that is stuff that is different and interesting about it. But you might, if you like South Park because it's just fucking gameplay, you might not like the fact that you're gonna be possibly forced into doing a bunch of other bullshit to get rewards, because you can see you get gold keys, you get all sorts of stuff for doing this stuff. It's good and bad. Obviously, if you want more from the game, it's good. If you don't want to deal with that, might push you away a little bit. There's Dance Club, which is basically like a mobile Osu game, Oso or whatever it is, where you tap the screen at different moments. The early levels are really easy, but it can get to be pretty crazy hard. It might actually be really hard to do on mouse, and I might not ever be able to stream this when it gets up to those harder levels, because it'd be so much easier to tap through it, right? So it's kind of an interesting little thing. I think you can only get cosmetics from it and fireworks and stuff. As you can see, you get discounts off of stuff you would normally buy, and that's only going to be outfits and stuff like that. So kind of interesting. Then you have the Forbidden Forest. They do have some stuff that's sort of like Quidditch, where you can run around and fly around, but they don't have that set up too well right now. You do get a legendary echo when I get to certain parts. Legendary echoes are... Each legendary, the echoes just get a little bit better. So like instead of 45%, you'll get 50% or something like that. But then also, if you're an echo that's a epic, you get 6 cards boosted. But if you're a legend, you get 8 cards boosted or something like that. So it just boosts your total. It gives you more options. And you can change what those cards are, but it's mostly random per echo. To change them costs quite a bit, and it's random. So like it's not very economical. It's better to just get the the echoes and then hope they're good, and then if it's not super good, just get a new one later, right? So we're gonna go into the gameplay. We might check out Forbidden Forest later, but we'll get into the gameplay here. One thing right now that's going on is really cool. It's called Gemio, and they do have 2v2, so keep that in mind. They also have full highlights. Let me show you that too. They have full highlight capabilities where you can watch the gameplay. So 6 people have watched this gameplay, right? That's not my gameplay, but so you can see here. I don't know how long it keeps it. I don't know if it keeps it forever. No, I don't think so. 3 day, yeah, probably wouldn't. It could be that it can't see the replay because it's not on my... Yeah, it probably can't see the replay because I played these on my phone, and it's probably like on the... It's like this, the thing is saved on the phone, right? So I'd have to do that there. But you can still see, you can see their deck. You can copy their deck. So if you're like, God, that guy kicked my ass, click it, boom, it's in your deck. Really awesome, right? You can fully watch it. You can show which one you're using, stuff like that. And then you can save them. And if it's a really good match, you can keep it for later. So that's really cool. So if I'm playing off stream, we could watch games together or something like that. Or instead of having to record it, I could just watch those back on stream for something like Team Wars kind of stuff, right? They do have 1v1, they do have Team Wars. I'll just go through these last couple of things before. So they do have, obviously, your typical stuff for buying. This spin now thing is for, you know, random stuff, mostly to try to get these cool cosmetic things. They do have a typical monthly thing where you get resources that's pretty fairly priced. That one I did pay for. These things, I don't feel like these are super fairly priced. I probably won't buy all that many of these. But there might be some of these deals up here that are pretty good. I'm using these. So this is Ron Weasley. Any red keys. Shut up, bro. Any red keys that I get, I'm putting into this until you get to 60 because you get a guaranteed 2 Rons for this one. So that's good. That was really annoying. So they have different things you can use these red keys on, and basically the pool will change based on which ones you do. So I've done 10 of these. I didn't realize it was the same thing, so I should have done them over here, but that's fine. We'll get more red keys. And then this is like the typical draw thing. These ones you're guaranteed every 30 to get a epic, so that's pretty good. This one, every 20 you're gonna get a legend, mythic, or curse. You can see, or dark card. You see how that's it says rarity or above is 2%. Now if you hit that 2% before you get to 20, that 20 resets, just like those South Park cards. But you can see you got like a 15% epic card. I agree, it is nice. You get 2% legends, and I've hit a lot of those 2% legends before we get to 20, right? So they're being good to me. And then you can see if they're legends by the shape of the... So these are all epic, so we didn't get a legend here, but you can see it's great when you get them. You can see all about it. So if it's a new card, you can learn about it right there and see the video on how it works right away. I don't know why he's doing that still. I must have accidentally... And then we got some commons in there that they don't really show you. I don't know why it's... Shut up! Shut up, Ron! Jesus! Okay, that's a glitch. And then they have your typical purchases. The only thing, I bought a $20 pack when I started. That's all I've spent is like $25 so far. Then they have this, where you just get these. You get these from different things, and you can buy all sorts of stuff there. Then obviously they have your typical daily. Every day you can buy a legend for 20k gold though, so end game you can just farm your gold and get legends, so that's interesting. You also get echo crystals, that's for upgrading stuff, and then you also get one cool thing is there are wild cards. So if I have one card that's close to being upgraded, I can use a wild card and get it upgraded. So that's awesome. So let's start off with a battle. It took us 34 minutes to get here, but I think I showed you everything. But like I said, I am a platinum ranked right now, so I'm quite high up there. But there is Diamond, Grandmaster, and then Magic Awakened, and then you get to Well, at Magic Awakened, you're kind of at the top. That's kind of like the legend rank, right? So I would say this is legend. Magic Awakened is like the legend rank, and then this is like top 200 or top 25, whatever you want to put it, in comparison to South Park. So this is like, if you're top 500, you get the number, you know, I'm top 400 in the world or whatever. Here. And then one thing they do that's really cool to prevent deranking is each tier has a cap. So if you're in silver, you're not using your cards past level 14. If you're in gold, you're not using them past 16. So that's interesting. And what's crazy is that I don't even have level 12 cards, and I'm up here in platinum. So that's, as cards start to level out and, you know, people, things will be different. I'll be level 18 up here, right? And then it'll prevent me from coming back down here and fucking people's day up. So pretty nice. But right now we have a really cool event going on called Geminio, basically twins. Basically every day for this, after you win 3 games, you get to copy 1 card from the opponent's deck. And I actually got my one single copy of Hermione that I have, I got from this event where I copied it from somebody else who had it. So potentially able to get a legendary card from an event like this is crazy. You could run into somebody who has 80% legendary cards and have a really high chance of getting one of them, and you just randomly get one of their cards to copy a copy of theirs. So it's very, very cool. You get it 2 times a day. I don't know how long it's going on for, maybe a week or something like that. But we're queuing up. The queue times are interesting because there are servers involved here, so I might be restricted to only be able to play people from the Ridgeback server. Although I have seen that I've played other people from other servers before, so it's possible that I can only team up with people from other servers, but you can match with people from other servers, if that makes sense. Alright, so let's hope we don't crash or anything, but this is the battle. Like I said, it's very similar to South Park. I think my face is in a good spot, actually, for where the stuff is, but this is where I really have to see where I have to might change my camera. I think the top corner should be good. Yeah, there's nothing going on there. So there's a timer. And eventually you get... timer eventually goes to a point where you get extra stuff, basically. Alright, so I'm going to use Hermione, and then use my Acromantula, so we toss it twice. So see how she used Acromantula and Venom too? But I used it there, so it's not as good. We're gonna go ahead and use Protecto Diabolico. Or Yototen Locomora. We're trying to keep Hermione from dying, but Hermione dies. We use that. We use the Atmosphere Charm, which is good. It's keeping this. So this is gonna be a Death Eater in a little bit. So there's one Death Eater. Boom, good time. Okay, good spacing. I like where she is. Get away from that guy. You see, this is our movement down here. Okay, let's move this guy over here. This Death Eater is really doing good for us. I like this. Okay, I feel okay here. See, he's got... Okay, I'm gonna use... No, I'm not gonna use that one yet. We're just gonna wait here. We're gonna use this. Acromantula Venom. Alright, we're gonna use this. It's trying to heal his guys up. We're gonna use our Bludger. This lets us move without... This lets us move faster and without using cards here. You see that? So it's 13. So we get to keep attacking these guys over and over. He was able to attack that guy. See that? So we're not able actually to deal with these guys. So but what we're going to do is we're going to use Ron, who does what we were saying. We're going to use Protecto Diabolico. I'm gonna use this back here. I'm getting my ass kicked this match, but we'll see. Usually I end up turning it at the end. With this deck at least. Alright, that's bad for him. Okay. We're here. We gotta get away from this guy. So I could turn this around here. Okay, Monster Book. We just need one more Death Eater spawn. And he can't use... So it's more about not dying here. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. Can we kill that guy? Boom, he's down. I'm gonna use Protecto Diabolico back here. Protego, that's what it is. This could work. We're in pretty good shape here. We have the Malfoy twins here. He doesn't have... That's good. I like that. Double hits there. Oh, he's gonna be able to hit me with that. I didn't think about that. Oh, big hit there. You can take them out though. I'm worried about this fucking guy. Alright, there's my Death Eaters. There's my Death Eaters. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Don't let him die. Go get him, Death Eaters. Go get him, Death Eaters. We got him. Don't let him kill you. Don't let him kill you. Don't get hit by that AoE. Don't get hit by that AoE. Slow him down. Oh, I can't move. I can't move. I can't move. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Look at how much he pushed me away. That's so annoying. Take him down. Come on. Come on, big boys. Take him down. I gotta be able to move. I gotta be able to move. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's the thing that could take me out. That's the thing that could take me out. He's coming for me. He's coming for me. Get him, boys. Get him, boys. Yeah! Come back, boys. We were down so much health. Let's go. And that's the gameplay. So you have to manage movement, energy, their positioning, your summons positioning, your companion cards, because you only get to use them once. It's an awesome game. I really like it. We're gonna play until we get another win here, because then we get to steal a card, and then we're gonna call that a video. We might check out. Actually, we'll check out the Forbidden Forest. Look into that a little bit too. But otherwise, that was a good match. Holy crap, that got crazy there. Hope you guys are enjoying. All right, we're on a 13 win streak. My lord. Let's go. Getting lucky there at the end, though. He really kept me at bay, though. I was worried he was gonna windstorm his way out of it. Can't remember what that one's called. Entrio or something like that. It's hard to remember. All right. Okay, get out of there. He expulsed me. All right, so we gotta be careful with our movement. How did he just use expulsor twice? Oh, I see. So let's go ahead and use her, and then use this. So I've Protego Diabolica twice. And all I have to do is stay between it. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a legendary card. I hate them. Okay, use that. I was still in the right spot, though. Kill her, bitch. That's good. I'm doing pretty good damage to him. These Nifflers down. Alright, let's keep it up. Let's see if we can do some damage here. We got our first Death Eater coming here in a second. He's just doing... He might have Harry, and that's why he keeps using these low cost... Okay, there's a Death Eater. Might help us out. Okay, he's using his Ron. But we lit his Ron the fuck up, boys! We lit his Ron up. We're gonna use our Ron now, just to get the damage out there. This is perfect. Boom! Shaka! That was huge damage. Keep this going on her. We're gonna get another. That's good damage there, though. We gotta be careful. He didn't get the range guy, though. That's good. Oh, he's down. This guy does less damage. Oh, I didn't do the triple there. Or this guy is he's worth less the more spells you use. So she was spamming spells and then using that. All right, so we get to walk back and forth here. Get to use this for free, and we take him down. Game over. All right, we want Ron. We want Ron. We want Ron. We get to copy one of her cards, remember. All right, let's go. Oh, we can't get companions. I lied. I didn't read what it said right there. But we got snowballs. It's fun. Free card. Good card. It's a rare. All right, so that's how the gameplay looks. You get rewards as you go up. Obviously, this resets at the season. Awesome gameplay, if you ask me. It's kind of a mixture between South Park and that Champion Strike game I play, where you're moving the character around. But that game you have unlimited movement. This game you have restricted movement, which I think is an interesting choice. If you could just move all around the... Oh, look, I'm like broke. There's somebody else. There's somebody on me. There's somebody on me. There's somebody in me. If you could just move around as much as you wanted, I don't think it wouldn't be quite as deliberate to your movement, you know? But anyway, so this is a There's a couple things here. So this is the team exploration that I was talking about. This is kind of like your idle play. This thing, the car just goes around and gets stuff and you get echoes and stuff. Echoes you can use to upgrade the same as this, so even if you get ones you don't want, you can use them to upgrade things you do want. Let's do the team one first, because I haven't ever done the Deathly Dell, so let's try it out and see how much I get my ass kicked. But I can group up with these two right here. These are, well, they're people in the story, I guess, is how you would say it. My time is too precious to idle away. Let's go. Yeah, we're going. So if you can't find real people to play with, you can play with the bots. Now this mode is pretty cool. Oh shit, it goes to 20? That's a lot. I'm not doing that right now. That's too many, boys. I'm not doing that right now. We're gonna go back to the other one. The other one's only 8, so it's not as bad. And we'll just do this. The solo is the same thing, except it's typically just one thing for solo. Let's do level 4, just to make it easy so it's not too hard. Oh, I didn't bring a team in. Shit. Well, good thing I did the easier one. Normally you would do this with a team. Unless it matches me with somebody, I'm going to be doing it solo. But that's fine. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be hard. So this one only has 8. So you have, it's kind of like, you know, Slay the Spire and that type of thing where you can slowly upgrade your stuff. So Expulso gets boosted. I don't have Expulso in my main deck right now, in the deck I'm using. But there's something big in, well, actually I don't know what I'm using. Oh, that's what we're using? No, let's use this one. But change companions to Hermione and then Ron. Yeah, okay, there you go. With her, yeah, because every spell, yeah, that's fine. Actually, no, we should do, I know I have an epic of hers. Oh shit, Hermione with Hermione, that's sick. Oh, that's cool, because that could, oh, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. Okay, so this guy, as he, like I said, that 14 isn't what he actually is. As we use spells, he'll go down. But yeah, so you get to pick whether you want the hard fight or maybe you want an easier fight. I usually go the hard fights because then you get a better thing. But you'll see that in this, I have more movement, so you have a little bit more freedom of movement. We can use her, immediately use some shit. Use this. So we use this. Now this costs less because she hasn't been killed yet. We could use this twice. God damn. There's so many of them. But we use this because it's half now. Pop, pop, pop. They're not doing a lot of damage to her though. So we're able to still double our shit. Oh, big time! That was the Thunderbolt finally hitting everybody. So, Expulso is in our deck, so that's good. So now we can gather, or we can fight. Gathering gives us coins. I'll do this so I can show you kind of what the coins do.
That should be an excellent place for gathering what I need.
Also skips a fight so we can get through it quicker. So this is super dangerous, this is hard, this is easier. We're gonna go with the fucking dangerous ones. Because we're kicking it. Ooh, 3 Death Eaters? Shit. Suck it. Go get him, Ron. Go get him, Ron. Use the port key. This guy's at 4. Looks like that saved through from the other ones. So that's interesting. We can use this. Oh, that's bad. Ron took him out. So I do more damage and take less damage because I've done this already. So like if you want to grind this, you can easily. Protego Totalum. We don't have that one. I will do that anyway. Gather more herbs. And then we can go to an explore. I don't usually do this one. Wake him up. Sing him a lullaby. Sing me a song. That's it. Oh, nice. So that's just like an...
Uh-oh.
Oh shit, look at that. Legendary Expulso. Alright, so now we can go rest.
I could use a rest.
We get fully healed. Ready to kill the gnome. We can interact with this. We don't have anything that we can use the leprechaun gold on. That sucks. Because the only thing we have got upgraded to... got upgraded. Alright, so this is the boss.
This thing is huge. Almost too big to harness.
Uh-oh.
Planet is not around.
Uh-oh, bring it. Bring it, bitch. Go, Malfoy. Potato. Okay, so that guy's 0 energy. You see that? I get right next to this fucker. Wow, Expulso explodes like crazy now. A Pugno. Keep it up. Keep it up. So you can see the companions just have a cooldown.
Atmosphere charm.
And you can tell I just don't take much damage from these guys. Oh no, the Malfoys died. So I can use Hermione, and then use this, and it gets targeted twice. So now both people are using Thunderstorm, and that's just so much damage. Look at that. Pop, pop, pop. After 10 seconds, she can use it again. We use this. She uses that. We can use that. It'll actually port her away. It'll port us away somewhere else. Pretty nice. Alright. Oh shit, look at that. We got a epic Newt Scamander. Which is good. I don't think I have an epic one of him. So that was worth... And so that's one I've already done. So you can see I've already done this Forbidden Forest. So you can just keep playing it and keep grinding it. There's nothing that really stops you from playing some things and grinding some things, right? So that's cool. There's no like locker limit or whatever. Eventually you might run out, but like I've done the level 4 before, so this is a pretty good haul for something I've already done. This is kind of like sort of premium currency. This is like coins, silver, and then there's a gold one you can buy, right? But there's also, we got a silver key, which could be a potential epic. So, I mean, for something like that, you know, doesn't really take all that much effort. You can just jump in and keep playing and keep playing. And then the solo ones you can't keep doing over and over again. You don't get rewards from them after the first time, but see, there's guides for each one, so you can look for, you know, help with 25, and you can look up 25 and find them, right? It's kind of interesting there. But yeah, so each one you get something specific, and so as you can see, when you get up here, you're starting to get legendary echoes, and you don't really get them until 25. And this one was already kind of hard. So these start to get pretty hard, and if your spell book isn't already high enough, then you actually get, so it's backwards from what you think. If your spell book is higher than what it thinks you need to be, so let's say it needs to be at 20, if I'm at 25, the game will make it easier for me because it thinks, okay, you should be higher, you shouldn't have to go through this bullshit. If you're under leveled, it actually makes it harder for you because it thinks you shouldn't be this far, you should do other things and level up in different ways instead of, well, that's a good epic, like it, instead of, you know, being able to get, because you could potentially just get like really strong cards or a really strong deck setup that the AI just can't deal with, and then win even with really low leveled cards. But instead they force you with your overall deck level, which I don't know where that is. Right here, 33. So your spellbook level. So that spellbook gets up with different stuff, exploration, different stuff. It's like your overall level. Upgrading stuff, I'm sure, increases it, stuff like that. This is also your new kid health, basically, to compare it to South Park. But yeah, that does it. That's like the bulk of the gameplay. There's also like story missions and stuff like that that you can go to. One thing that it's really nice that it does where you can just click on stuff and it'll just bring you there, or it puts you in a situation where you can go there yourself. You can be fully on your broom in this game, and you can go all around Hogwarts just like in Hogwarts Legacy. But see, you can come here, you drop. This plays pretty well on the computer. And then now I'm doing some story mission thing, right? So I'm trying to find out who stole something. So we go around, we do the things, and then it ends up doing a little battle. And you can see there's other people around who are doing the same thing. And these people, like, it's full on MMO style. Like, this is another person that I can go up to. Well, maybe I can't since he's flying. Yeah, he's not popping up. Usually it would say like inspect and you could pop up. We'll look at Thomas Pot over here. Weird. Maybe it's on BlueStacks it's not popping up. Or maybe that guy's not actually there. Maybe it's glitchy. But anyway, so there's like actual story, there's characters, there's cutscenes, there's cool stuff going on. So if that's what you like and you enjoy that part, it has plenty of that. There's hours and hours and hours of it so far from what I've seen, and I'm only halfway through. And they also have, and there's season events going on, different stuff. Different events will be here. You can see there's a bunch going on at once. And then obviously they have your battle pass sort of thing that you get as you just play overall. I don't know why it's saying I don't. Oh no, I didn't buy it yet. That's right, I didn't buy it yet. I was gonna see if I make sure that I get all the way, which I'm pretty sure I'll get there. And once I get there, I'll buy it all the way. But yeah, you get points just by doing various daily tasks and stuff like that. And then as the weeks progress, you get more stuff. And each week is like a different thing. So first week was with McGonagall. Second week is with your boy Hagrid. So there'll be different stuff and different themes, and it might be pretty interesting. But anyway, that's my hour-long video about whether or not you should play South Park, or play this game if you play South Park. I tried to compare it as much as I could, but mostly I just tried to show the features and showed they did a lot right. Like, I will say that they did a lot right. The card trading is super interesting. The way you can just go to the map and go around instead of forcing you to go, like, actually run around is so awesome. The game plays really well on my phone, especially. It plays very well. And if it doesn't play very well, you have full control of settings, gameplay settings. You can put it into absolutely potato mode. Watch this. You can put it into super potato mode, make it look like a 1990s PlayStation game, but it still doesn't look absolutely horrible, you know? So if you're playing on some discount phone, or, you know, maybe a tablet that doesn't have quite the power that you'd want it to, it works. It works. It's really awesome. They did this game so well, in my opinion. And you can have all sorts of stuff. You can change the different text, you can show, it's all sort. You can really customize how it looks and feel. Like, I could change this around, I could move these things, stuff like that. So I like what they did. All in all, the game is very well done. I'm gonna continue to play it. We'll see how serious we take it. It's definitely something fun to play casually. My girlfriend even plays it, and it'll be a good thing to play with you guys maybe too. You know, you can just pop in while you're playing stuff and click a button, and so if you guys start playing, we can start teaming up on different stuff. You know, you can, like this, you can just click play and see who's around and join them and stuff. And either way, doing the team stuff is a lot of fun, and you can actually grind that too. So you can just grind out team stuff with homies and get a lot of rewards and keep grinding. But anyway, I appreciate you guys checking out my video. If you got something out of this, if you enjoyed it, make sure you like and comment and subscribe, especially. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subs. So everybody who has subbed, I appreciate, and everybody who will sub, I do. If you're on Twitch right now, we're going to keep going a little bit longer, but thank you so much for hanging out with me for Harry Potter. We'll probably play this after South Park going forward quite a bit. But we'll probably just do a few matches here and there. We probably won't play it too much. We'll see, though. If it gets some good viewership and we get some good pull, maybe we'll switch over to this more consistently. But otherwise, for now, we're just going to be chilling. But thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, my name's Glanzer, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.